If you can't kill a boss, no reason why you can't look like one. Moogle putting the wow in transmogs.
Yeah, I'm thinking Destro demo for this particular set. Earth, Ripple, shoulder pads. Really worthy piece to get for all three cloth specs or classes. Blackrock Foundry Heroic is where we're heading to pick that up. Sticking with the Undead Dude, Embrace of Madness, Trial of the Champion, the Black Knight. So since that's a dungeon, you can spam it over and over again any given day. So it's a pretty easy pickup right there. Moving on to the belt, which is basically taken out of Uldum, or a place called Vale of the Eternal Blossoms. It's one of those alt belts that you could pick up from bosses in those zones. The back, Gilded Thorian Cloak, Karazhan, BC version of Karazhan, Terrestrian Elf, 17% on the drop rate. That is one of the more useful cloaks in the game, so I strongly suggest if you don't have it, just go get it anyway. You could basically mog it with all 12 classes. Netherweave boots, BC level tailoring. Check your local tailor, check your local auction house for those boots, which you obviously can't see on a Worgen. The hands, Meatmonger's gory grips. Highmaul Heroic, the butcher, is the dude who drops those gloves. Now we're going to stick with the Worgen, I do believe, or maybe not. Swinging over to the Nightborn. This is the blood-woven mask, which you can farm out at Tenaris, or the Dungeon Zul'Farrak from various mobs, or best way to go, just get that red bandana from the auction house. And last but not least, a weapon, Warmongering Combatant's Energy Staff. If you're Horde, well, guess what? You gotta go wild. Drab and plain. Kind of describes this set, but it works. It works. I really like this look, especially for Warlocks. So you're looking at BOD LFR to pick up those shoulders. Moving on to the chest, Magma Splattered Smock, which of course is from the Burning Throne Heroics, part of a Warlock tier. Kingaroth is the boss, 5% on the drop rate. Got a Lady Warlock showing the belt, which is part of the same set as the shoulders, which of course is from Battle at Dazzlear. LFR, Opulence is the boss. The back is the Grim Inquisitor's Cloak, which is part of a Warlock tier. The Burning Throne Heroic, Admiral's Virax, 5% drop rate, as you can see. Moving on, we have an Orc stepping up and showing you the feet, sort of, kind of. Mystic Slippers, Northern Barons, Deviant Lurkers. If you want to farm it, or you could just step up, buy it on the auction house. Then again, with the feet, when there's a robe, you could basically go with anything that's kind of grayish or brown. Bracers of Zealous Culling, just basically we all know what Culling is. Culling of Strathhorn, that's a dungeon. BOD Heroic on the bracers, which you really can't see that well here. Fire Rune Grimoire, Molten Core, Magmadar is the boss for the offhand. The headpiece, Windswept Cowl, Spires of Iraq, various mobs, or the auction house. A lot of lookalikes on that. And the weapon, Wrathful Gladiator Shanker, Wrath of the Lich King PvP vendor. Purple and green definitely basically encapsulate the RP value of Warlocks, I think. Especially this purple here. You're going to have to get the shoulders from the Waking City, Nyalotha, Mythic. Same with the belt, same with, I do believe, I'm not sure if I got the bracers or the gloves showing there. The chest, Tunic of Smoldering Ire. You're looking at Neltharian's Lair, which is a dungeon, so it's spammable over and over and over again, but it's covered by the TABARD, so you could always go with something else if you don't have that piece. The belt, as we said, Nyalotha, Waking City, Mythic. Halls of Valor for the legs. Leggings of Swirling Runes, Odin, 5% on the drop rate for those. The feet, Barbaric Cloth boots. You can also go with the Nyalotha boots on a Mythic level, or any kind of gray or purple boots that you could find. Ember Scale gloves, the Waking City, Nyalotha, Mythic. Raytheon is the boss, or I like to say, Raytheon. It doesn't really matter. I mean, he's not that important of a character. Well, maybe he is. I don't know. Leave a thumbs up for Raytheon. I know it's Rathion. The TABARD is the Nightfallen TABARD. Suramar is the place. Nightfallen Quartermaster, rep in gold there. The offhand, Shadow Silk Spindle. which is going to bring you to Icecrown Citadel, normal 25-man, pretty good drop rate on that. And the weapon is the Warp Splinter's Thorn, the Botanica Dungeon Spammable. Gonna start off with the shoulders, which are gonna bring us to BOD Mythic. Grung the Revenant is the boss, bristling fur-lined Amos. Love those shoulders for any given warlock, maybe even a shadow priest, maybe even a frost mage. Gladiator's Dreadweave robe, incorrect. Magtheridon's lair, incorrect. Magtheridon, incorrect. 62% drop rate. You can buy that from the PvP vendor in Burning Crusade area known as Netherstorm. The Waste Court of Flowing Silk, Battle of Dazzle-Ahar, Mythic, Opulence, decent drop rate, and of course Mythic's going to get easier and easier as we move forward into Shadowlands. Conjurer's Shoes, then again you could go with any kind of bluish gray pair of shoes. Netherweave boots work with that as well. Grim Inquisitor's Gloves, the Burning Throne, Garathi Bosses, kind of a low drop rate for those. Go with any kind of gray gloves as well if you have something sitting around that you can readily use. Shifting Cloak, BC level tailoring. Check your local tailor, check your local auction house for the cloak. Next up, you could also go with the Dark Phantom Cloak as well, which I believe you could buy on the auction house. Raven Down Cowl, Spires of Iraq, various mobs, or the auction house. I like that cowl from, of course, Warlords of Draenor, the fun. And the last piece is the weapon, Death Speaker Spire, Battle of Dazzle-Ahar. Mythic, King Rostagon is the boss who drops the staff. Some people might think, well, brown doesn't really go for warlocks. Well, guess what? The shoulders as well as the hands are tier set from Wrath of the Lich King PvP set. So yeah, it kind of does go. So we kind of made a few choices, a few swips. I don't know what that means, swips. Let me know in the comments what swips means. Robes of the Unraveler, Uldir Mythax. The Unraveler drops the all-important robe. There's a lot of brown robes that you could basically plug into this set. So it's going to give you a lot of leverage if you kind of stick with the shoulders, the head, the gloves, belt, and shoes. You could just pump in probably 10 different robes if you really wanted to. Also, the back piece is out of Uldir, so that's 2 pieces out of Uldir, as well as the belt, by the way. The feet, Wrathful Gladiator's Treads of Alacrity. Wrath of the Lich King PvP vendor located in old school Wrath of the Lich King Dalaran, marks of honor for the boots. The hands, Wrathful Gladiators, Fellweave Handguards, Wrath of the Lich King PvP vendor once again. So we went with the boots, the shoulders, as well as the gloves from that PvP set of Wrath. The head, Sunwell, Kill Jaden, and I think you got to get a Sun Mote, and also then you bring it to some vendor in Isle of Qualdanos, which I imagine a lot of people don't know where it is. BOD is the place to get the weapon, or the auction house to get that staff. This is a mix, a match of 2 different warlock tiers. The shoulders are from the Burning Throne LFR. So the shoulders are Burning Throne LFR, so is the belt. Now, the chest is going to bring us to Wrath of the Lich King, Ulduar, Yogg-Saron, Valorous, Deathbringer robe. I think that the 2 10-man, 25-man Ulduar robes for warlocks look really, really cool. They're worth picking up. The belt, you're looking at the Cord of Surging Hysteria, the Burning Throne LFR, Varamathras, 8% on the drop rate for the belt, part of the same tier set as the shoulders. The back is Windswept Dino Rider's Cape, which you can pick up in Zondalar from a rare boss out there, Jairak, kind of a fair drop rate that he'll pick that up, so both Horde and Alliance can get that. Linen boots, vanilla level tailoring, check your local tailor, check your local auction house for the brownish boots. Look at that cape, really goes well with this set, I think. Next up, we're going to move on to the hands, which are out of Uldir Mythic. Vectus is the boss, 10% on the drop rate for the gloves. And, of course, we have to show a Lady Blood Elf here with the headpiece, which is from the Emerald Dream, various mobs, or the auction house. A lot of lookalikes on that, so Copy the name Crescent Veil Cal, throw it over to Wowhead, see what comes up. Last but not least, the weapon. This is part of the legendary staff from Cata. Nordrassil's Bow, quest reward. I think that's on the way of picking up that staff. My name is Luxeley. I want to thank everybody for stopping by. Leave you with one final thought. Whatever it is by you, whether it's morning, afternoon like it is here, or night, make your day epic.